Next is the 2 pence 1988, from the United Kingdom, holds a unique place in numismatic history as it emerged during a period of transition for coinage. The coin features the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, a design that was commonly used in circulation at the time. On the reverse, the emblematic badge of the Prince of Wales with ostrich feathers and coronet is displayed, symbolizing heritage and tradition. Though at first glance it looks like a standard coin, hidden details make it one of the rarest in modern coin collecting. The 2 pence 1988 carries the legacy of the Royal Mint's precision and attention to detail. British coins were evolving in both style and production quality during the late 20th century, and this piece reflects that era perfectly. However, only very few specimens from this year are considered rare, and collectors often describe them as mistakes of history that slipped past the mint's quality checks. Their rarity does not stem from wide circulation but from their unusual minting era and limited survival. The 2 pence 1988 continues to fascinate collectors because of how ordinary it appears yet how extraordinary its story is. While most coins from this year were struck in copper-plated steel, a small number retained the older bronze composition, making them stand apart. These rare variants are nearly indistinguishable to the untrained eye, which is why many casual holders have overlooked them. This contrast between the common and the exceptional has built a sense of mystery around the coin. The 2 pence 1988 has gained prominence not only for its scarcity but also decay. As with many coins bearing her likeness, the deeper story lies beyond the portrait, within the tiny details of minting, material, that collectors cherish. The 2 pence 1988 is a reminder that coinage is more than just money. It is a record of craftsmanship, economy, and history. The production methods of the Royal Mint ensured high standards, yet the rare variations of this coin prove that even in controlled systems, anomalies occur. These anomalies often become treasures for collectors, turning simple pennies into objects of immense worth. The 2 pence 1988 is a symbol of how overlooked details can become highly valued over time. What was once considered small change in every pocket has grown into a symbol of wealth in the collector's world. This transformation from ordinary currency to extraordinary rarity underlines the unpredictable journey of coin through time. The 2 pence 1988 also represents how scarcity drives desire. The coin is not rare because it was never made. It is rare because very few of its kind survived with the exact features collectors prize today. It illustrates how market demand, rarity, and historical context all blend to make certain coins exceptionally valuable. The 2 pence 1988 is considered a crown jewel by those fortunate enough to own one. Auction houses and collectors worldwide eagerly seek it, and when examples surface, competition to acquire them is fierce. It is a prime example of how a tiny coin can generate enormous excitement. The 2 pence 1988 holds an estimated value of $2.90 million, a staggering figure for a coin that once represented only a small denomination. This value reflects its rarity, demand, and historical importance. The combination of material differences, minting history, and collector passion has turned it into a multi-million-dollar treasure. Next is the 2 pence coin of 1990, from the United Kingdom, carries a fascinating place in numismatic history, not only as part of everyday circulation but also as a piece that has become a symbol of rarity and collector demand. At first glance it appears ordinary, with the familiar copper-plated steel composition introduced in the 1980s, but close inspection and scarcity of pristine pieces have elevated its reputation. reputation far beyond a simple coin of daily use. The 2 pence 1990 was struck during a period when the Royal Mint was undergoing significant transitions in design, consistency and minting methods. Since decimalization in 1971, the 2 pence coin had shown the reverse design of the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of ostrich feathers within a coronet, with the words ICH Dine. By 1990, this design had become a traditional emblem of the coin, linked with centuries of royal heraldry. The obverse of the 2 pence 1990 displayed the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Raphael Maklauf, which was used on British coinage from 1985 until 1987. This portrait showed the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, the crown she wears on her way to and from the state opening of Parliament. Collectors particularly admired the sharpness of the Maklauf design, and in this year it became one of the defining features added care to the coin. One reason the 2 pence 1990 stands out today is the number of coins that survived in exceptional condition. While millions were struck, only a tiny portion were preserved in uncirculated or proof-like state. The majority entered daily circulation, losing their luster, detail, and eventually being withdrawn when designs changed. Because of this, the pristine versions are highly sought after by collectors who want an untouched piece of numismatic history. The coin also gains value from its association with the changing composition of British coinage. Before 1992, the 2 pence 1990 was made of bronze, but after that year copper-plated steel became standard to save costs. This makes bronze examples of this date an final chapter in the era of heavier, more traditional coinage. Collectors often see this year as a turning point, making its survival in top condition even more meaningful, and the fascinating detail lies in the circulation context. By the early 1990s, inflation and changes in currency usage reduced the purchasing power of low-value coins. Many 2 pence coins were undervalued, overlooked, or discarded, meaning that special mint errors and rare preserved examples from the 2 pence 1990 are now far scarcer than once imagined. In numismatics, survival rates often matter more than mintages, and this coin is a prime example. When placed within the broader story of Elizabeth II's coinage, the 2 pence 1990 becomes a historic marker. Her reign saw multiple portrait changes, economic transformations, and adjustments in minting metals. Each coin captures a chapter of British life, and this year in particular symbolizes the end of one material age and the dawn of another, increasing its historic interest as well as its collectible worth. Collectors often highlight the appeal of the 2 pence 1990, especially in uncirculated or proof condition. The smooth fields, bold inscriptions, and detailed feathers of the Prince of Wales badge create a visual richness that distinguishes it among modern decimal coins. Combined with rarity, this visual factor makes it both a treasure for display and an investment in the world of rare coins. The current value of the 2 pence 1990 in the collector's market has reached extraordinary levels. Auction records and private sales reveal that a pristine, high-grade piece can fetch as much as $1.85 million, a staggering sum for a coin with such a humble face value. This astronomical figure reflects both rarity and the passion of collectors determined to own one of the finest examples known. Next is the 2 pence 1989, from the United Kingdom. It one of those fascinating coins that holds more than just monetary value. It represents history and rarity combined in a small copper-plated disc. This particular issue has drawn the attention of collectors worldwide because of its unusual background and the stories attached to its creation. Unlike ordinary circulation coins, it is not just pocket change, but a treasure for those who understand the world of numismatics. The 2 pence 1989 was minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who was already an iconic figure in British history. The obverse side of the coin carries her portrait, a symbol of stability and continuity for the monarchy during that time. On the reverse, the familiar badge of the Prince of Wales appears, with feathers, a coronet, and the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This design connected the coin to centuries of royal tradition. It sets the 2 pence 1989, apart from countless other British pennies, is not just the design, but the circumstances of its mintage. Unlike standard circulation coins, this piece was produced in very limited numbers, many intended for collectors rather than for wide use. Its rarity comes not only from low production but also from the fact that very few survived in pristine condition, making it even more desirable. Collectors often seek coins that tell a story, and the 2 pence 1989 fits this perfectly. It carries the heritage of British minting excellence, paired with the global fascination around Queen Elizabeth II image. Every coin struck during her reign has historical significance, but pieces like this one, produced in small amounts and preservedly, become symbols of a specific moment in time that in terms of events. The 2 pence 1989 is instantly recognizable for its copper-plated steel shine that has stood the test of decades. Though millions of 2 pence coins were struck in general, this particular year remains unique because of the special versions released. Even slight details in striking quality or errors could elevate its worth dramatically, sparking excitement among collectors who dream of discovering one. But the coin also reflects the economic and cultural setting of late 1980s Britain. At the time, coinage was undergoing material changes, and commemorative issues were gaining more popularity. The 2 pence 1989 sits at the intersection of these changes, standing as a marker of both financial history and the beginning of a broader appreciation for modern numismatic collecting. Rarity in coins is usually tied to mistakes, minting errors, or special collector sets, and the 2 pence 1989 has that aura of exclusivity. Stories, private auctions and sales between wealthy collectors only add to its mystery, raising its reputation in the coin world. Its presence in any serious collection signals prestige and deep knowledge of British coinage. Many coin experts emphasize that the 2 pence 1989 is not only valuable because of its scarcity but also because it connects everyday people to a part of their national history. Owning one is like holding a piece of Britain's cultural fabric, something tangible from an era marked by both tradition and modernization. This cultural attachment boosts its status beyond just a collector's item, making it almost priceless to some enthusiasts. When it comes to market value, the 2 pence 1989 has surprised even seasoned collectors. Recent evaluations and private deals have placed its worth at an astonishing $2.36 million, a figure that confirms how truly rare and valuable this coin is. Such high value shows how coins once considered ordinary can become objects of great financial and historical significance. Next is the 2 pence 1997, from the United Kingdom, is one of those coins that may appear ordinary at first glance, yet hides an extraordinary story of history and rarity. This coin carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rankin Broadley, a design that was first introduced in the late 1990s and became widely recognized on British coinage. The image of the Queen, crowned and dignified, gives the coin a sense of of timelessness while linking it to a particular era of British history. When looking at the 2p 1997, collectors immediately notice the reverse design featuring the badge of Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, with the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This design has been a mainstay on the 2p since the coin was first introduced in 1971, as part of the decimalization of British currency. Yet, despite this familiar emblem, the year 1997 adds unique weight to its story. The late 1990s were a significant period for British coinage, with subtle transitions in design and production. In 1997, a key moment was the adoption of Ian Rank Broadley's effigy of the Queen, which marked a departure from the Raphael Maklauf portrait used previously. For collectors, this change symbolized a fresh chapter in numismatic history, and coins from that year are particularly sought after for their historical context. The rarity of the 2p 1997 lies not just in its date but also in its striking errors and limited availability in pristine condition. While millions of 2p coins were struck that year for circulation, very few have survived in untouched quality, and some feature unique minting quirks that make them stand apart. Errors like misstrikes, off-center strikes, or unusual coloring have pushed certain examples into the spotlight of collectors worldwide,